Hi, this is Mrs. Moran, and today we are working on a second grade lesson, which is about building, identifying, and analyzing two-dimensional shapes with specific attributes. So we're looking at flat shapes, we're looking at polygons, and we're looking at specific attributes, namely the number of sides and angles. So we are going to have our students with disabilities actually build these two-dimensional shapes, count the sides, count the angles, so they can work with the vocabulary of sides, angles, and also the vocabulary of the different types of polygons we're talking about. So we're actually asking our second grade students to build these geometric shapes. This lesson can be done remotely or in person. And either way, you should distribute or have your students collect a piece of construction paper, heavier paper or regular paper, and something to build with like spaghetti, uncooked spaghetti, of course. So this is lesson 2 of this module. So in lesson 1, we went over with our students the number of sides and the number of angles in each one of these polygons, and we showed them these charts from lesson 1. So I would start the lesson with showing them these charts again, just to reorient our students. I would go over the names of the polygons, the triangles, the quadrilaterals, the pentagons, and the hexagons. And once again, stressing that if it has 3 sides, it'll have 3 angles if it's a triangle, 4 sides, 4 angles if it's a quadrilateral, 5 sides, 5 angles if it's a pentagon, 6 sides, 6 angles if it's a hexagon. Make sure you review the vocabulary because it really does provide a solid foundation for student understanding in later grades. And also take the time to review the meaning of the word polygon. It is a closed figure with 3 or more straight sides, and the number of angles equals the number of sides. Every side meets exactly 2 other sides at the corners. And I would spend time, seeing as you will have the spaghetti or something that the students are building with, what it means to be a closed figure. You can, with the spaghetti, make it open and show the difference. Maybe even talk about a door being open or closed. But I think that that particular concept for our students with disabilities really needs to be embedded in this lesson. So we have the charts, triangles and quadrilaterals. You're going to review each name, reminding our students what it means to be closed, and that each shape is made up of straight lines, and that the number of angles equals the number of sides. Same thing for our pentagons and hexagons. So now, whether in person or remote, have your student take the pieces of uncooked spaghetti and build the shapes. Start with the triangles by taking 2 pieces of spaghetti and encourage a student discussion around if this is a polygon, open or closed. Does it look open? Does it look closed? What does it mean to be closed? How many sides? How many angles can we predict? Have your students create a quadrilateral and a pentagon with their spaghetti pieces. Start with the sides below, and once again, we're stressing, how do we close it? And are the lines straight? And if we're making a quadrilateral, how many sides do we need? And how many angles will we have? On the right side, if we were making a pentagon, once again, how do we close it? How many sides do we need? And how many angles do we end up with? You can have your students explore more by showing some of these questions, explaining why both polygons A and B are hexagon, expecting your students to be mentioning the number of sides, the number of angles, maybe even drawing the angle measurement symbol, okay? and draw a different hexagon. Our students with disabilities always learn so much when they're actually hands-on building something, and you can have them draw something there. And for question 4, explaining why both polygons are quadrilateral, same thing. They're supporting their understanding that they're quadrilaterals by counting the number of sides, by counting the number of angles, indicating that it's closed, and showing that it's straight lines. And this might be a good one here where it might to some students not look like it's straight. So that would be another conversation to show that it is angled, but both sides here are straight. So we could also further that by using a word bank, which always helps our students. All right, counting the number of sides to reinforce that concept and angles, and then using the word bank. In this lesson, through a hands-on experience, we constructed polygons. We did build, identify, and analyze two-dimensional shapes with specific attributes. We also reinforced geometric vocabulary that our students will be using in later grades. Have a good time with it. Hopefully it's not too messy with the spaghetti. It's a great experience for our students with disabilities. Bye-bye.